What's good, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. This is Constant Sports. I am your host, Constance. Now, we're going to do this again. We're going to be reviewing the top 10. Um, the new AP polls came out. Coaches poll came out. They're a little bit different from each other, but not that much. We did have a couple games today. Or yesterday. I don't know. Time difference. But Utah play, who is currently the number 12 team, Colorado, who is the number 7 team, and USC, who is obviously the number 6 team, have all got the victory today, which is good. It helps them keep their rankings. So, with that, we're going to go right into the rankings. There was a lot of moving in the top 10 this past week. A couple that stayed the same. I think out of the top 10, 4. So 4 teams stayed the same compared to last week's top 10. So we're going to go over the ones that stayed the same, which is obviously South Carolina. They're 5-0. They done racked up 900 points on the whole season so far, and 900 points in 5 games. That's pretty impressive. And they have played the least amount of games of everyone in the top 10, so that's very impressive. Next team is team UCLA. They're 6-0. They're good. They have a lot of good players that are veterans. They've been playing together for a while. And they're in their groove. I know last week I was saying I needed to watch more from them, and I mean I still do. I still need to watch more games from them. Yes, they played UConn and beat UConn, but I would still like to see them continue to play more teams, play more physical teams. But I'm liking this Pac-12. They putting people on notice right now. But we all know it's early in the season, but yeah, they saying we here. Next team that didn't really move from last season, LSU, who's sitting at number 7. They're 7-1. They're still fighting. They're still grinding, pushing out some good wins. They had a very good game against Virginia, winning that game by a couple points. Anisha Morrow is really coming into her own. Haley Van Leaf, they're really starting to figure out how to play together, which I think is what Coach Moki wanted. Flage is coming in and she's putting up decent points. Poe is coming in and running a point and putting up points and assists, so she's subbing out on everything. I would like to see what comes out about Samaya Smith and her injuries that she got during their last game. The next team that didn't move was Virginia Tech, which they are 5-1. Virginia Tech and LSU are going to be playing on Friday against each other, Thursday, against each other for that rematch of the Final Four. So that should be fun. That should be fun. It's the SEC and the SEC and the ACC match up against each other. South Carolina's going to be playing North Carolina. So, yeah, that's going to be fun. Next we have, so those are the 4 teams that haven't really changed that much in the top 25, the top 10 of the AP top 25. So our changes, we got Stanford coming up a spot to number 3, which I did say that I definitely saw them coming up. Cameron Brink is just, I don't even know. She's good. Okay. If you didn't know it, and you're not really into the women's sports and you're trying to get into it, I'm going to let you know. Cameron Brink of Stanford is good. Okay. She is, yeah, she's good. And as long as she keeps doing what she does and pushing her teammates to be better and spread the ball, the team spreads the ball around, they're going to be right there in March. Okay. Next team is Iowa, who is number 4. They came up a spot. They're 7-1. Iowa really hasn't shown much difference from what we already know. Um, is a little bit, their last game they spread the ball a little bit more, where Caitlin Clark wasn't shooting everything. They played Kansas State, and it was kind of like a revenge game because Kansas State beat them early in the season and gave them their first loss. So they played a well organized game against them, which is normal when you just played a team and then you play them again. You should still have a vibe and understand how they're moving. Next team is NC State, who came up 5 spots and now sitting at number 5. And this team is good. They're a physical team. They're a well-oiled machine. Everyone gets into the mix. Everyone is vibing off of each other. They beat Colorado, and they're a tough team. And last video I said if Colorado was going to lose, it was going to be against a team that could match their physicality and their energy. And NC State did that. I feel like NC State is definitely a surprise for everyone because they kind of came out of nowhere just a little bit, though. Just a little bit. A lot of people already knew about them, and they was just waiting. The same with Colorado. Everyone knew about Colorado. So those two teams going head-to-head is what we needed to see. So shouts out to NC State moving up 5 positions to be the number 5 team. Next team is number 6, USC. They came up 2 spots. They are, what are they? They are 5-0. Yeah, they are a good team. Juju Watson is a very, very good freshman, and she's just keep proving it every single game that she is here for real. And she's a great player to watch. She seems like she's a very good teammate to play with, and her team is really going off of her energy, and they're matching her energy, and they're playing basketball, and they're having fun doing it. They're sharing the ball. Everyone is scoring. So USC is definitely a team that will keep climbing. Obviously, as the season goes along, they'll run into some of these heavier teams, which I think they will do just fine against these bigger teams. Number 8 is Colorado, who is 6-1. They came down 4 positions after that NC State win because it was a tough loss for Colorado. They didn't shoot the ball well. There was a lot of fouls, a lot of turnovers. They were just out of sync. So I'm guessing this is possibly just a one-off game, or maybe it shows something that we didn't see yet. But I mean, the only way we can tell is their next games, how they keep moving towards their next games, which they won their last game. So they just got to keep fighting, keep working together, and not let this loss dictate the rest of their season, which I don't think they do. They will. So dropping down 4 positions doesn't really mean anything. You're still in the top 10 of the top 25. They'll keep pushing. They'll keep going. They'll keep winning. And that's all that matters, you know. All these girls, these ladies know how to take one game at a time, and that's what they're doing. Next change to the top 10 is Texas. Texas is up 2 positions now. Texas is 7-0. A lot of people asking, are they real? Like, is Texas really, I guess you can say, back? But I think a lot of people still a little skeptical on Texas. But they've been playing really, really good. And until some team that's not in the top 10 comes in there and just destroys them, I think they are real. I think Texas is a real deal. And if people don't think that they are, we just going to have to wait and see when they start playing some heavier opponents. But we'll see. Um, so that was the top 10, man. For that haven't changed, the new incomers that have joined the party of the top 10. Obviously, we had UConn, who lost their second game and dropped out of the top 10 for the first time in a long time, but not really. UConn is now they're sitting at number 11. They're 4-2. Utah dropped 2 spots. They're sitting at 5-1. A couple of teams to look at is obviously Kansas State, Baylor, uh, Notre Dame is still. Um, Florida State is a really good team, but I would say Baylor and Kansas State are the two teams that will be, I think, cracking the top 10 if any of the top 10 teams lose again. So that's it. Thank you guys for watching the video. Thanks for supporting me. Please like, comment, subscribe. Peace, love, happiness.